So we'll start diving a little bit in on data aggregation. Okay, and so here's the data frame we've been working with. Okay, and just to simplify this process, we're going to drop some of these columns which we probably don't need for this exercise. Okay, so we're just dropping all these columns which are part of the original data frame. Okay, and we want to verify whether there are any null values. I think we have done it several ways. This is one more way, right? So if we say df is null, right, it's going to give us a boolean true or false kind of a situation where wherever there is a null value or nan, not a number, it's going to give out true, otherwise it's false. Okay, and you sum it up and it's going to do it by column. Okay, so as you can see, there are no null values in this, right? So we are technically good to go. There are some values for some columns which has this value called unknown, right? What we are going to do is we're going to replace that unknown with not a number, so null. Okay, and now if you sum them, you will see that for the jobs column, you have 38 instances in that column which are null. For the education, you have 187. Okay, so this is one way to sort of find out the count of the number of null values in a column. Okay, we're going to find out how many. So just to verify that it did its job, right? Let's look at this default column. It has two levels. Okay, so right away we know that there are no null values, but just to make sure, right, we're going to sum them up. 4 4 4 5, sum the no, the instances where there are no, sum the instances where there are yes, and they amount to 4 4 4 5 and 76. And if we compare that with the total, if we compare the sum of these two with the total length of the data frame, you see that it's the same, so it's true, right? So technically we know that a lot of these columns don't have any null values except these two, because we replaced some of the unknowns with nulls. Okay, and one last step before we move on is changing the levels in the housing with or without housing variable. If it's yes, we're going to replace it with 1, and if it's no, we're replacing it with 0. Okay, same thing with the lone column. Okay, so let's do that, and this is our final data frame, and we're going to use that to proceed with this data aggregation stuff. Okay.